we're looking at very closely here, some strong outbounds and some inbounds. So what we're seeing just off here to the east-southeast of Childers Middle School in Broken Arrow, up northeast of Indian Springs Country Club, and moving northeast. This will pass south of NSU Broken Arrow, again, running about 3 miles south of that path toward the end of May in 2013. So we're watching this very closely. Now, it will continue moving up to the northeast, and as it does, we're going to put that track right up very close to Oneida, and we just lost power, so in Fox 23. So we'll stay right here. Yep, radio light is still on. We have lost power at Fox 23, and again, we have taken a little bit of a power hit. And
a few minutes for you.
Yeah, and well, actually, it looks like we're coming back on here. So I'm going to do a tornado warning track on this storm as we wait for everything else to get up. So much for generator power kicking in quickly, right?
Yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning. I wanted to point out that goes until 12:30, 30 minutes past midnight. That is the next hour. Parts of Craig, Mays, Rogers, Tulsa, and Wagner counties. Here's a storm track on this I drew out. Keatonville, 11:32 arrival time for the leading edge of the heavy rain and strong winds. 11:40 Claremore, so that's less than 10 minutes. This is for gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour, maybe some nickel-sized hail. Up towards Inola, 11:47. Harmony Star area at 11:15. That's going to continue up towards Pryor and Chelsea, Veneta eventually. And so take heed if you're in Mays County or even as far up as Grove and Grand Lake, Miami, Tahlequah. This line of storms obviously has created some power issues here in Metro Tulsa. Washington County, delayed report. Washington County Emergency Management reported some street flooding up there. We also got a report of street flooding in some parts of Owasso. Updated look at the power outage numbers up to 836 in Tulsa County, but could conceivably be higher than that or climb as we go through the rest of the night. But of course, our immediate focus is on the tornado warning for parts of southeast Tulsa County and western Wagner County. James, have you learned anything new?
Well, we continue to track this storm, and I'm going to kick over on Doppler radar back to the terminal Doppler, and as we continue to watch this very closely, moving up into far western parts of Wagner County.
Don't mean to interrupt, but I believe we have an observed tornado now on that tornado warning. Observed tornado.
Where?
Creek Turnpike in Kenosha.
Okay, so that's the outer loop of the Creek Turnpike, the Broken Arrow Western Loop. This is the track on the storm. So NSU Broken Arrow area, again, we've expanded the view. Oneida, New Tulsa, take your tornado precautions right now. This is a deadly serious situation. A tornado may be occurring right now, far southeastern parts of Broken Arrow. As we come back up to speed here, we've had a lightning hit here at Fox 23, and we're bringing everything back up to speed right now, and latest from the National Weather Service that I'm looking at right now, circulation continues to grow. Observed tornado again near Oneida, moving northeast. The Weather Service has picked up the speed just a bit on that storm too. So watching this closely as it moves to the northeast. I'm going to zoom in here again, and yeah, we have lost the feed on that radar too, but
James, I've got radar over here if you want to come take a look at this.
Yeah, you know what? I've got the high resolution radar picture right now. I'm going to get that on screen for you, and what we're looking at is just up to the east side of Broken Arrow right now, right along the Muskogee Turnpike, just south of Forest Ridge Golf Club, and moving up toward the New Tulsa community right now too. So as we bring that back to new funnel report from the National Weather Service, yeah, that was that older report. So what we're looking at right here, just to the south of Forest Ridge Golf Club, this potential area here. This is the Creek Turnpike outer loop. This is the New Tulsa community. This is pushed now east of Broken Arrow, but moving up toward Forest Ridge Golf Club. Looking right now to see if we've got what may be a little bit of debris being lofted by the storm. I'm going to kick back over to get the storm motion from the warning here. I'm zoomed way in. This is wind moving back toward the radar here. This is the Muskogee Turnpike, right up to the interchange of the Creek Turnpike outer loop. Here's the Bluebell plant, Highway 51, curving back. So here's some outbounds, here's some inbounds. We're going to watch this. Keep your eye right there closely as I kick back over to correlation coefficient on dual pole, we may be having some debris getting lofted by the storm. It certainly does check out that we've certainly got some strong reflectivity here, so we may be having at least a pretty good indication that we've got some debris being lofted by the storm. So again, zoomed well in here. Muskogee Turnpike, Highway 51, it looks like this is passing well southeast of the Bluebell plant as it moves to the northeast. This is that hook that we're seeing, and again, folks in danger right now, moving northeast over the next 30 minutes. New Tulsa in western Wagoner County, Inola, McFarland by 11:55, Kiowa by 11:59. This thing may have sped up just a little bit too, so I want to update that storm track and update the times on the track on a 30-minute track. So I'll read these off to you. New Tulsa by 11:40. Inola 11:52, McFarland 11:55, Kiowa 11:59. This goes to show just how quickly these circulations can spin up and actually produce a tornado. Ben Walnick standing by. Our severe weather team coverage continues.
And we have a new tornado warning that was just issued. This was an extension of this storm that we're tracking now. So areas down the line in Mays County, Rogers County, and Wagner County, this tornado warning is in effect as of 11:33, just a few minutes ago, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. And this is tracking basically right towards the New Tulsa area and then down the line into portions of Rogers County. And this storm is going to be extending just southeast of Catoosa, about 6 miles southeast of Catoosa, tracking to the northeast, and possibly a damaging tornado. And there is the potential for flying debris that we're seeing reports of. This would be moving into the New Tulsa area and into the Catoosa area here in the next few minutes. So down the line, this area of rotation, again, right along the Broken Arrow Expressway, the Muskogee Turnpike, and tracking to the northeast. And will be affecting I-44 eventually between mile markers 246 and 250. No one should be on the roadways ahead of this storm, continuing to track this storm. If we could go ahead and switch over, the view that you're showing right now is not current. If you could show what James's high resolution radar at all times, that would be our best course of action.
Very strong circulation apparent right now. This is the circulation we're seeing. We're looking out of the terminal Doppler radar. We're looking in far western Wagoner County. This is 412, the Gregory community. Here is the Inola Doppler radar that the National Weather Service uses, and we're looking at a very strong circulation right here. Now, to give you the pinpoint of where this is, I'm going to drop the data, and we're going to look at some of the, actually we're going to go right back over to reflectivity. I'm going to zoom out just a bit. This is the Creek Turnpike outer loop. This is Catoosa right here, Casino interchange with I-44, Highway 66, and the Creek Turnpike outer loop. Now, the tornado warning has just been cleared for all of Tulsa County. Broken Arrow now, the possible tornado has moved past you. It's now northeast of the New Tulsa community and moving directly toward Gregory and Inola. So I want to do an updated storm track on that storm as it continues moving toward Inola. This has picked up a little speed too. So if you're in Inola, all the way up toward McFarland at 11:49, Kiowa 11:52, Harmony Star area at 11:59. We've got what has been at least a tornado. We've now new reports of power flashes northeast of Oneida. This would be in far western parts of Wagoner County. This is the tornado warning path now. It will stay east of Catoosa. So Catoosa, you're all clear. City of Tulsa, all clear. Broken Arrow, Coweta, Jinx, Bixby, all clear. We're watching this potential circulation moving up very close to Inola. Here's the tornado warning box all the way back east toward Deshoto. You need to be in your tornado safe rooms right now. If you don't have a safe room, get to the lowest level, center part, smallest room of your house. Get a helmet on. Most tornado injuries are a result of a head injury, so if you can get any kind of helmet on that you can, that is certainly going to help you out, even if it's a baseball helmet, bike helmet. As we again take a look at high resolution Doppler radar data, we're clear over the city of Tulsa. We're looking into northwestern parts of Wagoner County. We're going to be getting very close now to the community of Inola in the next few minutes. And maybe at low levels it might be just a teeny bit less organized than it was, but once these things have a history of producing a tornado, sometimes they can continue to produce a tornado. So it looks a little less organized here as we look just southwest of the Gregory community. Again, this is 412. We're looking right here for the potential of a spin up. This is just a very tiny bit weaker than it was before, but what we're looking at on high resolution Doppler radar data right here, moving up toward the Gregory community, passing very close to Inola. If you're in Gregory, Tioga, Inola, McFarland, you need to take your tornado precautions right now as we continue to see what appears to be that circulation still looks very strong. The tornado warning is, last report we had was at 11:28, so about 12 minutes ago of a tornado near East 71st Street and the Creek Turnpike outer loop, that east loop around Broken Arrow. So that was the last report that we've seen. Right now we're looking at the circulation just to the southwest of the community of Gregory. It doesn't look quite as strong as it did. In fact, I may tilt that up just one tilt just to see if that gives us a little better look. We don't have that data present. So looking just southwest of the community of Gregory. Also want to stress the wind threat from these thunderstorms too. I'm going to bounce all the way back out into the city of Tulsa. We still have that severe thunderstorm warning from about 169 east, and we did have a wind gust pushing into the backside of this storm of 55 miles per hour out at Tulsa International Airport. Actually, that's 55 knots, so we'll push that up to 58 miles per hour. So very strong wind on the backside of the system, especially from I-44 north, so expect some of that strong wind. Owasso back over toward Keatonville, Limestone Fire District, Catoosa, Claremore, Tioga, McFarland, and Inola. But our main concern is what could be a potential tornado developing again just to the southwest of Inola. If you're in Inola, you need to be in a safe place. Again, zooming all the way in, it's not quite as strong or as organized, but as we saw when this thing moved into Broken Arrow, these things can spin up a small or brief tornado very, very quickly. We need to stay very vigilant as we watch this storm moving into southern Rogers County right now. But it's cleared out of Broken Arrow, just some strong wind left in Broken Arrow. Ben Walnick joining us with more. Ben.
And we still are seeing that rotation, maybe not quite as strong as what it was looking like just a few minutes ago. The main area we're tracking, this is now just northeast of New Tulsa, tracking right towards the community of Inola. That would be tracking there within the next few minutes. Let me do a storm track on the area of rotation that we're seeing. Right on the edge of the line of storms is what we're watching, and I'm going to do our line storm track for our tornado, as it's a little bit of a broad area of rotation that we're seeing, tracking this to the east-northeast. I want to include Inola and McFarland. Inola at 11:50, that's 9 minutes from now. McFarland just 3 minutes after that. So if we are seeing a tornado here, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now in Inola. That's only 8 minutes from now. Take shelter immediately. Still seeing some rotation here northeast of New Tulsa, right on the edge of this storm. The latest report from the National Weather Service, as James just said, is potentially about 10-15 minutes ago from the National Weather Service. We are still seeing some circulation on the bowing edge of the storm. That's what I have the storm track on right now, tracking just west of Inola. So that will be moving through that area here in about 6 to 7 minutes. A very dangerous storm with a history of producing a tornado. And so we're very concerned about this storm that is moving towards the Inola area. Now we have severe thunderstorm warnings all up and down this line of storms as well. Continuing our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage, certified meteorologist John Boyer has more information.
I have an updated power outage number for Tulsa County. That's 2,300 customers without power right now. Meanwhile, a slightly improving situation in Osage County, where earlier it was up to 700. Now it is down to 451 because the very frequent 191 in Creek County as well, along with a flash flooding possibility. No flash flood warnings right now, but heavy rain like this on top of what we've had in the past week could easily make some of these roads quite dangerous. Let's look at the lightning count over the past 30 minutes over Metro Tulsa. We've actually seen this number increase as the line has moved through. Metro Tulsa, past half hour, that's higher than what we saw last time we checked this. 3,200 just about cloud ground lightning strikes in the metro region. And that is rolling off to the east. We've seen that very frequent cloud ground lightning on our tower cam view, which now is looking northeast up Memorial. And Ben, what do you have?
Well, we're seeing the area of rotation right now with the latest update of radar right over the radar site, which is just northwest of Inola, right along Highway 412. If we could take weather for full briefly, I want to show you that the area of rotation that we're tracking is right over the radar site and tracking to the northeast. We'll be crossing Highway 88 here in the next few minutes. Looks like we had a tornado watch has been canceled for some areas west of our area, but still in effect for all of our area until 3 o'clock in the morning. One thing I did want to say really quickly, if you have lost power, we are streaming right now. I'm streaming our coverage on my phone through our cell service, so you don't even need Wi-Fi to be tracking storms as these track into your area. So Fox 23 weather app to stream our coverage. I believe Chief Meteorologist James Adelot has some new information that just came in.
Okay, looking at the high-res Doppler radar data right now. This is the National Weather Service radar site, the Gregory community, and here's the circulation. It is now north of 412. This is going to pass north of Inola, so all clear now in Catoosa. Now, if you're in Inola and you're in your tornado safe place, you need to stay in your tornado safe place just a while longer. We could still see some pretty strong winds wrapping around this, but I want to give the all clear now. Catoosa, Tulsa, Broken Arrow, Owasso, Collinsville, Jinx, Bixby, Broken Arrow, all of Tulsa County in the clear for now. I'm going to at least give you a little better idea what's upstream from this. So this is going to pass just southwest or southeast of Claremore. This is Claremore right up here at the Fox 23 bug. Will Rogers Turnpike, that's the Claremore exit. 255 is the mile marker. Then we're taking Highway 88 south. So Justice, Tiowa. Then we get into that very strong circulation right now, passing Highway 88 just south of Tiowa and north of Inola. If this continues on its present path, it's going to be very close to the Claremore Airport and Will Rogers Downs Racetrack on Highway 20, and eventually on up, crossing Highway 20, maybe even very close to Pryor. Here's the Mid-America Airport and the Lusta community just north of Choteau. It looks like this is going to be very close there too, but as it moves over extreme eastern parts of Rogers County, Claremore, you're all clear. This is the circulation that we're looking at. I can frame that up just a little bit better for you. Again, still just to the southeast of Tiowa right now. I want to give you a storm track on this too as we look. I'm going to kick back over to Doppler radar and update that storm track. What I'm looking at is just to the northeast of Inola, or northwest of Inola. This is going to be very close to Tiowa. Moving to the northeast, I'll do a 20-minute track here. It's going to be very close to McFarland, Harmony Star, as I mentioned earlier with the high-res radar data, Will Rogers Downs Racetrack, also toward the Claremore Airport, which is on Highway 20 between the Rogers County, Mays County line and the community of Claremore. So it's going to be very close to Pryor. This is a very fine-tuned path here. So again, don't be actually holding to this track. Could be a little bit wider than that. Let's check in with Ben Walnick. Ben.
And we have a new tornado warning that was just put into effect. Looks like the circulation is rapidly reorganizing here just southeast of Tiowa. This is potentially moving at 55 miles per hour. So the rotation in this storm, the potential tornado could be moving close to 50 to 55 miles per hour. So you don't have much time to take cover out in front of this. This is moving to the northeast. Let me do a storm track on what we're seeing with the area of rotation. If we switch things over to Weather 4, I'll do our storm track and we'll track this just southeast of Tiowa. The radar running a little behind because the storm is right over our radar site, tracking this to the northeast. That would be in areas like Tiowa here in the next few minutes. Harmony Star at 11:57, crossing Highway 20 here right around 11:55. This likely passing just west of Pryor, could be crossing over Highway 69 down the line if we continue to see this rotation very close to Adair. So strong circulation about 4 miles southeast of Tiowa, and looks like possibly just weakening just a bit here in the last scan from the National Weather Service. So still an area that potentially could be dropping a tornado at any time. This is moving into Rogers County now, south of Highway 20 and still well west of Highway 69, but an area of rotation. We've seen the potential for that tornado. We've had a reported tornado earlier with this storm. Haven't had a reported tornado though here in the last 20 minutes, so that is a good sign. Measured straight line winds just east of Inola on Highway 412, 75 miles per hour with this storm. So it's not only the tornado potential, damaging wind potential, potential all the way up to 75 to 80 miles per hour. The whole severe weather team is in here tracking the storm. We continue our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage with certified meteorologist John Boyer.
Just discussing some of the reports coming into the newsroom with Phil Price. A number of reports coming in about high water on some of the roadways in East Tulsa, one in particular that we're going to be checking on 42nd and Memorial. And I would not be surprised if that was the case in some other parts of eastern Tulsa or western Wagner County. Another report of flash flooding I have popped up on the screen here. This is Coffeyville, 11th and Walnut, Highway 166, 169, underpass flooded and unpassable. So we have a flash flooding situation in Coffeyville. We've had water on the roadway reports from Washington County, Skiatook area, and now ones we're checking out in East Tulsa. Also, Fox 23 crew is going to be on the way to Oneida to assess the situation there as the danger is clearing out. And timing right now of 11:50. You're watching Fox 23 live severe weather team coverage where we have tornado warnings right now in Mays and Rogers County. Not in Tulsa County. City of Tulsa clear of tornado threat right now. In fact, some of the counties west of Tulsa getting cleared out of the tornado watch. So that's good news, but the situation hasn't even started yet in the eastern part of our viewing area. Anywhere east of Highway 69, it's all coming your way. And for a look at what else we've learned, we go back over to certified meteorologist Ben Walnick.
And still getting the alerts of from on the cell service of tornado warning for Tulsa Metro tornado in this area. Again, that's bouncing off cell phone towers that are affected by that tornado warning, so not necessarily in the tornado warning if you're getting that alert. That's why you need to be watching us as we are tracking this threat, tracking through parts of the Tulsa Metro. Now, we are seeing this tornado potential. This is now north of Inola, very close to Oklahoma 88, tracking to the northeast, very close to Tiowa. Harmony Star in the path of this storm here in about 5 to 6 minutes. You need to be taking your tornado precautions right now as we have a history of this storm producing a tornado. The last report we got 3 miles northwest of Inola, wind damage removed removed a roof from a home. So that's a potentially straight line wind damage as potentially with the spin up tornado potential that we're seeing along this line of storms. Tornado warning in effect for Mays and Rogers County. We continue our severe weather team coverage. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist James Adelot.
Okay, we want to update the track on the storm. Again, we're dealing with one tornado warning. Everyone else, we're seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings, but it's important to stress Tulsa and Tulsa County in the clear. That includes Broken Arrow. We're looking east of Claremore. Claremore, you're in the clear too. The potential tornado located right under the word warning right now, and that's moving to the northeast at about 50 miles per hour. Here's the track toward Harmony Star, 11:55. Adair at 12:10, Patton at 12:13. Now this could deviate just a little bit, maybe move to the left or right. Now I want to take a look at that high-res Doppler radar data. It's very easy to pick out that circulation. You can see where the brightest red next to the brightest green, there it is. Watch the motion here. It looks like it may be turning just a little bit left. This is very, very close to the Claremore Airport, Highway 20. This is the Mays-Rogers County line here and back to the west of Pryor. Now we've got the Votech campus here west of Pryor too, so anywhere from Pryor, Highway 69, all the way to the overpass, Highway 20, over the Will Rogers Turnpike, you probably should take your tornado precautions immediately. This is, again, very close to the Claremore Airport, Will Rogers Downs Racetrack. I'm going to zoom all the way in, and what we're looking at is just really locked in east of the Tiowa community, and now we're getting more reports of damage on East 257th Street at 91st, that coming from Wagner County Emergency Managers. So we're locked right in here. If you're joining us on KRMG, the Tulsa threat is over. Broken Arrow in the clear, Catoosa in the clear, all of Tulsa County in the clear. Our circulation now just passing about 1 mile east of the Claremore Airport as we look at it on this high-res Doppler radar data. This is Highway 20. It's going to be crossing Highway 20 right on the Mays-Rogers County line. This is going to be very close to the Votech campus west of Pryor on Highway 20. So we'll watch this very closely, moving to the northeast, again at about 50 to 55 miles per hour. It is a fast-moving storm, and with that new location just to the east now of Claremore, I'm going to move the computer up, do an updated track. Tulsa in the clear. The circulation east of Claremore, so Claremore also in the clear too. I'm going to do a little bit wider track on this storm too, as that main circulation is just to the west of Claremore. So we're going to run this all the way back over just to the southwest of Pryor. 15 to 20 minute track here is going to be very close to Harmony Star, Adair and toward Patton over the next few minutes. So there's the track. Harmony Star 1154, Adair 1207, Patton at 1210. Tulsa area, you are in the clear right now. We continue to see on the high-res radar data perhaps a little bit of a weakening in this circulation just northeast of the Claremore Airport. Now, oftentimes, these storms will cycle a bit, maybe increase a bit in intensity, produce a tornado, decrease a bit in intensity, and produce another one. That last scan, it looked like it was weaker. We just got an update with this high-res Doppler radar data right along Highway 20, Mays County line and Rogers County line all the way back west to just north of the Claremore Airport on the north edge of the Claremore Airport. In fact, right up there just to the south of State Highway 20. This is where we could be seeing a tornado form at any time. This thing has had a history of producing damage and tornadoes. We are looking, checking into the National Weather Service to see if we have any updates. But again, the circulation's a little broader than it was. Seems to be forming now just northeast of the Claremore Airport, right on the Rogers and Mays County line. I'm going to recenter that because we're going to look a little bit further up from the storm back into parts of Mays County, give you a better idea of what is on the way. So this is our potential circulation. This is going to be moving very close to the Will Rogers Turnpike. If you know anybody traveling on the Will Rogers Turnpike, you need to give them a call. If they have not made it to Claremore, they need to exit at Claremore and wait this out. If they're coming back from Grand Lake or from the northeast corner of Oklahoma, Miami area, Veneta, need to take that exit, mile marker 269. That's the Adair exit, and you will want to go west toward Foyle and Bushy Head, get on Old Highway 66, come into Tulsa that way. So nobody needs to be on the Will Rogers Turnpike right now between Claremore and the Adair exit. That's State Highway 28 that branches over toward Adair and South Grand Lake. This is the circulation. It looks like it's strengthening again just north of State Highway 20 and right along the Mays and Rogers County line. As we take again back into the metro area, Tulsa's pretty much in the clear. I'm going to move this over. Looks like we're having some issues there, so we're going to keep it right here with this high-res radar data right now. So the potential tornado would be located just to the northeast of the Claremore Airport. Let's check in meteorologist John Boyer. And John, this tornado warning, not our only threat. We're dealing with a lot of rain too.
Yeah, the street flooding reports in Tulsa are coming in quite quickly, a number of them from various sources. So we appreciate you, and we also appreciate you doing the things you need to do to stay safe, not driving through flooded roadways where you can't see what's going on. Doppler estimated rainfall in East Tulsa County there, 1.5 inches. Basically where we step up to the green color, that's over an inch. And so that would, let me move this so you can see it down in South Tulsa County. That would be a rain estimate on the order of 2.5 inches. And that's clearly above the threshold for what we need for flash flooding in this kind of weather pattern. We're looking at video right now of East Tulsa. This is a live picture, in fact, from East Tulsa. Want to also point out an update on the power outage numbers. Tulsa County PSO, 10,400 customers. That's a big jump from the last time we looked at that number. Wagner County, no surprise, the numbers have jumped there as well. 3,500 PSO customers without power now in Wagner County. Getting some reports out of Okfuskee County there. A couple hundred customers without power. I'll check OG&E too. And it looks like we're still holding on to same numbers, about 150, more like 200 customers in Creek County, Sapulpa and Bristow without power. So again, upstream from this storm, we're talking about Grove, Grand Lake, Miami, Tahlequah. These are storms clearly have a history of knocking out the power. So again, two things I've been saying all night long, but with this brief tornado spin-up threat, I want to make it very clear. Have more than one way to get alerts that can wake you up if you're going to go to bed. Number two, charge up your phone or at least your tablet before you go to bed, because you might be losing power in the middle of the night. And you can watch our Fox 23 live streaming coverage on the free Fox 23 apps, iPhone and Android devices. Getting a number of reports now of wind damage or strong wind gusts. Everywhere you see one of these blue squares on this map, I'll bring this in just a little bit. From Montgomery and Chautauqua County down through Washington County, all across Tulsa County, we had that 75-mile-an-hour wind gust report too near Inola. That also caused some damage there. Certified meteorologist Ben Walnick.
And we are still tracking the potential for a tornado that perhaps a tornado that is just 12 miles southwest of Adair at this time. Strong circulation still showing up on radar 12 miles southwest of Adair, and that's a concern because the storm is moving to the northeast. So tracking this at 40 miles per hour. This is southwest of Adair, so let me clear off my measurement and I'll do a time track here. To the northeast, Adair, that's within the next 20 minutes. If you live in Adair, you need to be taking your tornado precautions right now. You need to be taking shelter, center part of your home, put as many walls as you can between you and the storm. Let's go ahead and take radar full screen as we're tracking our tornado warning. 12:12, so that's after midnight. Midnight coming up in 30 minutes. 12:12 Adair and Patton at 12:15. This should be crossing Highway 69 very close to the community of Adair, passing north of Pryor, and right now pretty much due east just north of Highway 20, due east of Claremore. That area of rotation still looking fairly significant at this time. Pretty much riding just south of the Will Rogers Turnpike at this time, or right along the turnpike.